Hello and welcome to another edition of Emerging Energy by Talia. Hello, I'm your host, and for this week we're doing August 6th through the 12th, and what I do is a energy reading for this coming week, and just to give you some tips on what you should be looking for, what needs to happen, what is happening in the world, and how it's going to affect you personally as well as on a bigger scale. So let's start. We have a couple things going on this week, energetically speaking, but I wanted to go ahead and start off on a good positive note, which would be that this week I feel like the energy is kind of leveling off. I feel like you're going to actually be seeing the fruits of all this labor that's been put, all of this struggle that has been going on, either internally with yourself or externally, and mirroring and things that are coming in your way to help you grow. And I feel like this week is going to level off and you're actually going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel like you've accomplished something. You're going to feel like there's all of this hard work has really just paid off. Also this week, there's going to be a feeling of really moving through your internal subconscious. There's a feeling of forwardness, of moving through your emotional fears. You're moving through with, I feel like it's very graceful, like you're seeing your emotional fears, you're seeing what has affected you, and it's this beautiful dance of, I'm just gonna release this and let it go. And you do that, and it really does. It feels like very graceful. I don't feel like there's going to be any kind of turmoil unless these last couple months maybe you've been more resistant to really trying to grow and maybe evolve and mature. This week is another really good week for your following your intuition and making sure that you're not getting necessarily influenced by other people, but you are following the way that you feel first, the way of what your inner compass, your inner guidance system is telling you. And for some of you, a lot of times it's going to be that kind of epiphany moment, or that sense of clarity of like, feels right. It feels right to you internally, regardless of whatever anybody else is saying on the outside. So definitely this week, you're going to have a very strong sense of trusting your intuition. And I also want to let you guys know that Mercury is still in retrograde, so just be aware of how you're communicating with other people, and try and be aware of their perspective on how you communicate to them, and make sure that there is an understanding and not just because and a lot of times in this time, there's in Mercury retrograde, there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings and technology kind of flukes, and emails that didn't get sent, or kind of forgetting appointments, and transportation might be like a little bit bumpy or whatnot. So in that space, just stay aware of what is coming out of your mouth and how that's affecting other people, and really try and be as empathetic as possible at this time, because I know that with so much energy that's coming onto this earth right now, and these waves that are just coming in and kind of infiltrating our lives, whether we like it or not, I think that this is a really good time for us to take those deep breaths and make sure that we are centered and balanced, and we are not necessarily as reactive, because I think that can cause more conflict. So maybe just step back, take your deep breaths, center yourself, and really figure out what's going on in the situation. So that's just kind of a pointer. I'll probably say that next week too. Also this week, I feel like there is going to be something that's going to let you be able to get on your party dress or go out and let down your hair, and like you actually get some time to celebrate with your friends, to have a good experience, a social, fun experience with people. I think this week is a really good week to kind of harness that celebration of, and make it a celebration of all this hard work that you've been doing and all of this time that you have created, that you've been really like working hard and really trying to find this balance in life and working with all of these energies, whether it's subconscious or consciously being aware of it. I know that it's been a rough couple months, and so this month I really do feel like there is a leveling out, and that it's not going to be as bumpy as the last couple months. And this week in particular, I do feel like there's a couple situations or a couple of availabilities for you to have some fun. So I totally want you guys to go have your fun. You were totally worth it, and just go with it, because I know last week was a little more introverted. Last week there's a little less communication, so this week kind of like burst the bubble and like have some fun. And I think that's always going to be a really good thing for us when we've been so much in this muck and mire, that it's nice to laugh and enjoy music and enjoy the company of others, and just really build that community. I think that's what a lot of us are kind of trying to do right now anyways, is truly trying to find our tribe, trying to find our community, trying to find that outlet of people that understand us at a certain level, and that crave that connection and that oneness. So this week, yes, be a rock star. Do it all, have fun. Also this week, there's a lot of energy that you can harness for your creativity as well. And I feel like it's going to be very strong this week. You're going to have a lot of new ideas, or an urge to go painting, or an urge to dance, or cook a new recipe or something like that. So with that, harness that. But I also kind of got some spiritual guidance that said that because there's going to be so much creative energy coming up this week, don't feel like you can, don't take on too much, because I feel like this is an ending, and I haven't even gotten to this, but there's a new moon on August 11th. It's a super new moon, and the super just means that it's closer to the earth, so it's going to appear bigger. So it's the super new moon on August 11th, and there's also a partial solar eclipse. The new moon is in Leo, so I think that's where we're kind of getting all this feeling of creative energy. But with this, I feel like there's going to be so many opportunities this week for you, and so many opportunities that you kind of almost want to do them all, and you feel so good about like all the accomplishments that have been really kind of ending, and you're feeling fulfilled, and so you feel like you can take on a lot, but kind of have this thing on the back of your head to make sure that you're still practical about it. Make sure that you're still not taking on too much than you can handle. So I know that right now in my life, I feel like there's so many opportunities that are getting thrown at me that are amazing and beautiful and everything that I've wanted. And so now I feel like it's time for me to really hone in on what do I really want? What do I really desire? What is going to be my highest and best for my soul? What do I need for this journey to be fulfilled in my life? So hone in on that. And also, I feel like if there is anything that is troubling, whether it's in your career, work life, at the home, or your volunteer work, or with your child, or with your significant other, whatever it is, if there's an issue, make sure that you're not just putting a band-aid on it. Make sure that you're not just like taping it up really fast and doing those quick fixes. Because I think this week, with the new moon happening, whatever you want to solidify, whatever the fix is, you want to really make sure that it is completely fixed, that it's not going to break again, that this is not going to be like a cyclical thing. So make sure that if you do have something that you need to either communicate with somebody, or it could be a machine that breaks, or it could be maybe a system that needs a little fine-tuning. Either way, make sure that it's not just a band-aid over the wound. Make sure that you're really honing in on what the root issue is, and taking up that root and making sure that it is completely fixed. So like I said, there's a lot of high energy, a lot of energy that's been going on these past couple months. And I really do feel like with this new moon on August 11th, which is Saturday for us, so this new moon in Leo, new moons are a time of beauty and blessings, and time of really letting go of what is not serving and getting ready for what is new to come in. And this wave of integration, of emotional turmoil, has helped you balance. And I really feel like, again, it's leveling out and it's going to pass. So I think this new moon is almost setting a standard of an ending. This is a beautiful ending of this wave. And hopefully you've been doing your best to identify and integrate all of your emotional wounds and hurts, and really kind of clearing out the clutter within your own mind, and honing in on the oneness, the connectedness, and the fulfillment of being connected to source, or energy, or the universe, or the creator, however you would like to call it. Because I think that also this new moon is going to bring out a feeling of, or a sense of being closer to the bigger picture, the universe, the consciousness. I think that this moon is very magical. I think a lot of us are going to be able to harness the inner strength in us that we might not have really understood or wanted to harness before. I feel like a lot of us we don't either feel worthy, or we're scared of our own power. And I feel like this month we're really coming clear about our power, and about us as people really honing in to help others that are maybe not as aware of the energy of what is going on with the universe right now and our evolution. Once we harness that power, I really feel like we are going to be able to lift others up. And so whatever you've been going through in the past couple months, it is supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a growth experience. It's supposed to be helping you evolve and mature into more of your source potential for this life. I know a lot of light workers that are going through some troubles right now, and it's been hard, but August will finally, you kind of get a chance to breathe. You kind of get a chance to, I feel like we're almost getting used to the crazy energy is what it feels like. Like we're just used to the crazy energy, so it's fine. But I think that we are going to feel that inner strength because of, I guess, we're finally getting balanced and aligned in that way. So with that, with the new moon in Leo, connect with that energy and be able to connect with the people that might not feel as in tune with themselves. Because the more that we can show others the love and the connectedness, the more that it will be beautiful, and we can create this beautiful unity and this beautiful humanity that we really want to see in the world. And so even if you have loved ones that you don't talk to, or that are hard to talk to about spirituality in general, or they're a different religion, whatever the case may be, if you can just connect, even in your meditation, even in prayer, and just connect with them and send them love and light. It's been a difficult season, and I think that this week is an ending. The new moon is really an ending of this turmoil, and I feel like it's really going to come to a nice conclusion, and we're going to see all these new doors opening and these new possibilities. And I think it's really exciting. I think it's really amazing, and it's such a blessing to be here now in 2018 and seeing all of this and realizing that we are here for a reason. We are here because we're needed. We are here because this is our path. This is our goal. This is what we wanted. And we need to shine bright. We need to be those stars. We need to be those people that can really harness and align ourselves so that others can be affected and go towards the light as well. I mean, it's just an amazing time. I just feel so grateful. And so with that, I just wanted to give you guys all many, many, many blessings. And let me just see if I can give you guys a tool for this week that really speaks to this week. There's always the breathing. Breathing is such a beautiful thing. It's the one thing that we can consciously control, but also not consciously control if we so choose, which is amazing. So this week, have fun. Remember to have fun. Release resistance. I don't think it'll be that hard this week. And I did want to say, if you haven't been grounded lately, if you're kind of on a spiritual high, definitely get grounded. Make sure that you can still remember you're living in the world. You're still living on the earth, and you can't, not that you can't, but you don't want to be flying above everybody else and not really paying attention to what's going on. And I'm definitely not condoning, listening to the media or anything like that. But at the same time, be grounded so that you can help others, instead of just floating off into the abyss, which I know sometimes we all want to do. but we still need to be here. So with that, Namaste Lovelies. I'm so, so grateful to have this podcast and to have all of you beautiful souls. I am truly grateful and humbled by this whole experience, and I just bless this week, bless August. It's just such a great, amazing time. So I want you guys to feel that. Remember to celebrate. Remember to align and balance. Have a great super new moon in Leo on August 11th, and I will see you guys next week and tell you what that's all about. So tune in next week. You can find me on Instagram at Talia the Truth. It's TAHLYA. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste, lovelies.